Hello tout le monde, c'est Myo, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve pour l'épisode 49 de Tales of Arise. Alors les amis, on est dans la zone interdite sur l'Enégis. Dans le dernier épisode, on avait atterri sur l'Enégis et on était en train de se renseigner un petit peu pour savoir comment trouver l'entrée de cette fameuse zone interdite. Donc plus on a avancé, plus on en a appris sur Alphen et la cérémonie avec Naori, parce qu'en fait au fur et à mesure qu'on avançait, on a débloqué des visions sur le passé d'Alphen. Donc et collective, parce que du coup il y a un petit peu tout le monde, il y a tout le monde qui les a vus, c'est pas seulement Alphen en fait. Qu'est-ce qui s'était passé? Il y avait aussi l'amie de Dohalim, la femme, son amie d'enfance Faria, qui avait en sa possession le noyau des ténèbres et elle s'en est servie contre nous. Donc elle a invoqué un monstre, un zeugle géant là, que bien entendu nous avons dézingué et au moment où elle avait essayé d'en invoquer un autre, Dohalim il l'a stoppé net et Shion elle a détruit le noyau des ténèbres. Suite à ça, on avait encore eu une vision du coup en battant le monstre. Et là c'est carrément la cérémonie entre Alphen et Naori qu'on a pu voir. Et suite à cette vision, Shion a expliqué que c'est ça qu'elle voyait dans ses cauchemars. Le néant absolu, donc la vision qu'on a eue suite à la cérémonie, avec les épines et tout ça, c'est ça qu'elle voyait. Donc probablement qu'elle tient ses épines de cette cérémonie. Je n'ai pas trop compris cette partie-là, mais voilà. Donc ils en ont déduit que c'était la volonté de l'énergie astrale de Dana qui les aidait en leur montrant ces visions à trouver la vérité. Et il s'avère que c'est dans cette zone interdite qu'Alphen se trouvait il y a 300 ans. Et c'est donc là où il y a eu pas mal d'expériences. On a découvert que Alphen est un sujet de laboratoire qui a été conçu ici, dans la zone interdite, ainsi que l'autre souverain, parce qu'il n'y en a eu que deux, et du coup le deuxième, on sait tous, c'est Volran. On a aussi appris que le nouveau souverain, donc celui qui gagne normalement le tournoi de la couronne, il est censé retourner sur Rena pour y régner, donc pour régner sur Rena et l'Enégis, et que celui sortant, donc l'ancien souverain, il doit céder sa place et finir ses jours sur Rena. Mais en lisant les nombreux documents sur les différents ordinateurs, on a découvert dans les archives qu'il n'y a jamais eu que deux souverains, Volran et Alphen, qui au final n'ont jamais participé au tournoi. Donc ils ont compris que tout ça en fait c'était un énorme mensonge et que du coup le tournoi avait un tout autre objectif et qu'il y avait quelqu'un qui tirait les ficelles et qui fait du coup durer ce mensonge depuis 300 ans. Et le truc c'est qu'il faut savoir qui tire les ficelles. Par la suite on a aussi eu une vision qui nous a montré comment Naori a sauvé la vie d'Alphen et elle est restée auprès des siens. Ce qui fait que Alphen a décidé de sauver non seulement les Daniens mais aussi les Réniens. Voilà, donc on avait vu énormément de choses, on en avait pris plein les yeux et plein la tête. Et du coup voilà, moi je m'étais fait un petit récap, mais on va regarder rapidement dans le menu, voir ce que nous dit le guide. Après s'être frayé un chemin à travers le chaos du quartier résidentiel, les compagnons atteignent l'entrée de la zone interdite où ils sont soudain pris d'assaut par une vision des événements d'il y a 300 ans, éveillant une foule de nouvelles questions. Pour mettre la vérité au grand jour, il s'enfonce dans la zone interdite, droit vers ses profondeurs. Et donc voilà, c'est exactement ce que je vous racontais, mais en beaucoup mieux. Donc en gros, voilà, on est dans les fins fonds de la zone interdite et on n'a pas terminé parce qu'il y a tellement de choses encore à découvrir, je suppose. Là, on a eu quand même pas mal de nouvelles infos. Donc on va continuer à s'enfoncer et puis on verra bien ce qu'on y trouve. Let's go! Et bien entendu, comme d'habitude, j'espère que tout le monde va bien. Désolée pour cette intro de 300 000 ans à peu près, mais bon, faut dire ce qui est, hein. Faut arriver à s'y retrouver avec toutes leurs histoires là. Ok. Secteur confidentiel. Oh là là, non, mais dites pas que c'est un combat, je suis pas prête, je viens de reprendre le jeu. Alors, il y a une pièce par là-bas, une pièce par là, et c'est tout droit. On va aller voir quand même. Ah. Qu'est-ce donc? Puissant remède, d'accord. On va aller voir en face. Il n'y a rien. Fait que dalle. Ok, bon bah les gars, on n'a pas trop le choix. On va aller... Ah, elles sont stylées les fleurs. Enfin les plantes, je sais pas trop ce que c'est. On dirait des joyaux. Let's go. On est là pour ça. Waouh. Oh, c'est l'hôtel de la cérémonie.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renaissance was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renaissance isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Oh. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait, lui?
Naori?
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony, the purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well.
D'accord.
Please,
Super.
forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Naori. That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
Wow. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Ouais,
Naori
pourquoi?
must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
Ok.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Rennis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
Is the reason for your curse.
the thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Ah, c'est trop mignon. La dernière dame. Cool. Trop cool. J'en étais où d'ailleurs dans son truc à elle? J'avais tout fait? Ah, c'est celui-là, la dernière dame. Et ça, c'est quoi? Artificière d'élite habile. Ça, c'est pas mal quand même. Oh, c'est stylé ça. Mais ça coûte cher ceux-là. Ceux-là, ils coûtent moins cher, on les aura plus rapidement. Revitalisation. Art de guérison avancée qui restaure les PV de tous les... Hop là. On va faire ça. Mais après, on repart sur celui-là. Non. Hop. Sur lui. était là. Ouais, ils sont chers ceux-là. Augmentation des dégâts aériens, vas-y, tant qu'on y est, et tu resteras là-dessus après. L'eau. Il peut faire ça. Ah, c'est dur. Je vais attendre quand même. Et elle... Alors, limite facilité pour le groupe, mise en garde renforcée, ça. Puis on va mettre ça. Et lui, charge tranchant. Alors donc, lui. Rallonge. Pour que ça dure plus longtemps. Ok. What? Sodale Artalis. Et puis remise au souverain choisi, elle puise dans la force latente de celui-ci pour l'aider lors de la cérémonie de canalisation spirituelle. Gamme. Vêtements de cérémonie. Lace. Fiarkis. Attends, avant de faire la petite cinématique, je vais regarder ça. Waouh, trop beau. Ah mais de toute façon je le laisse comme ça, c'est mort. Hors de question que je le change. Il est trop stylé comme ça, avec sa belle épée. Je vais voir juste là. Ah ouais, il n'y a pas photo. Et ça, d'accord. Ok. Et elle? D'accord. Son arme, de toute façon, je crois que c'était... la dernière, je suis pas sûre. Ok. Super. Regardez-moi ce pur fond d'écran. Il est trop beau. Ça me donne envie de les remettre en blanc, les deux autres aussi, là. Attends. Tenue. J'ai envie de le remettre comme ça. Elle est belle en blanc. Il est déjà en blanc. Il n'y a pas, de toute façon. Les autres, c'est moche. Là, celui-là, non, c'est celui-là qui est le mieux. Et elle... la remettre en blanc. Ils sont tous en blanc, comme ça. Ils sont stylés. Ok, la femme sans mur.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Ok. Le piédestal sur lequel siégeait la Reina Salma il y a 300 ans, il ne dégage plus aucune aura de puissance. Et du coup... Alors... On fait quoi? On passe par où? On vient de quel côté, nous? Zone interdite, et donc c'est... par là-haut. C'est ça. téléporteur. D'accord. Il n'y a plus rien. Il n'y a plus rien. Terminus. Oh, c'est tout là-bas. Il n'y a rien, il n'y a rien. Let's go. De toute façon, c'est simple. C'est par là. Oh, regardez-moi ça, ils sont trop beaux, tous en blanc. Les beaux gosses.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
Bah sinon, ils sont où?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
C'est clair.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
Ça va être chaud le combat.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Vas-y, let's go. Elle est trop belle, Shion, sa tenue. Ok, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Waouh. C'est immense. Ok. Ok. On va bien entendu examiner ceci. Faire une petite sauvegarde. Ok. Bon allez, let's go. De toute façon, si je dois me faire éclater, je me ferai éclater. Et puis c'est tout.
Bullrun!
Quoi?
Still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma.
Oh.
Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Place. Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
C'est un zombie le truc.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Oui, tout à fait.
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the maiden?
Ah bah fous le feu
It
alors.
looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now,
Oui.
we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Il est accroché là, il est attaché.
The Red
Whoa.
Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
Quoi?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
Oh, j'avais même pas vu. Non mais une seule ça suffisait les gars. Hein, Oh. Oh, vas-y. Oh là là, mais qu'est-ce que c'est? Quoi?
Hell are they?
It can't be. Are they
Quoi?
even people?
Non?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
C'est quoi? Où la tête cucu? Femme en rouge. Ouais, niveau 48, je suis mort. Ah merde, je me suis gouré de bouton encore.
It's no use, Alpin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting just here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. Sword Rain Alpha!
In a bind?
Lunar corruption!
Bon, je vais perdre de toute manière. Ça fait tellement longtemps que j'ai pas joué.
Lightning calamity! Another incantation ruin!
Tiens, prends ça.
Green bathed in blood, rending you a bloody howling! Anything in armor is all mine! Air pressure! Being interrupted.
Back into the... I never miss!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Lightning orb!
Eat dirt!
Leave the personal to me! Dance in the wind! One more! Sleep well!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Elusive deity!
Rising Falcon!
Radiant love!
Where that came from?
You're mine! I'm not done!
Can't get out of this!
Dazzle!
Holy Land!
Rising Phoenix!
Let me free you of your power!
Healing circle!
Dispel!
Dance in the wind!
I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha!
Can you take it?
Rising Falcon! Sword Rain Alpha!
Raging cascades!
Test it!
In here!
Rising Falcon! It's over! Test it!
I'm
Hear
grateful.
me! Flaming turret! Burning!
Inferno Torrent!
Water! Here!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Where that came from?
Denied! This one's all mine!
Mega ray!
Seismic Rupture! Ignite!
Go get it! Annihilate!
Ça le chatouille, hein.
I'm not done!
Dance on the wind!
Thunderblade!
Inferno Torrent!
Here!
Sword Rain
Holy
Alpha!
Land!
Can't get out of this!
Crush!
Take it! Go!
Rising
Mega ray!
Falcon!
Annihilate!
Down on the ground!
Strike!
Mega ray! Primed and ready!
Catapult! Try
This
this!
one's mine! Shining supernova!
Inferno Torrent!
Annihilation!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Searing flame! Reload! Great air!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Some punishment?
You paid for that! Take this! Lunar Rock! This one's
Know where that came from?
Armor won't save you!
I'm not done!
Raging
Sword Rain Alpha!
Leave the magic is in here!
Rising
They
Falcon!
smite with
Ignite!
blood blade!
More for the stockpile!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Mega ray! Arc
Rising
field!
Falcon! I'm not
Not on my watch!
I can't move!
Ah purée, là c'est chaud. Merde, c'est moi qui suis mort.
Healing circle! Thunder field! More where that came from! Lunar corruption!
Rising
Well
Falcon!
done, lad!
No further! No escape!
Air annihilation! Into the
Inferno
shadows!
Torrent!
Down on the
Sword Rain
ground!
Alpha!
That'll bring you down!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of
Radiant
regeneration!
star!
Regenerate!
Smash you!
Stay! Mega ray! Annihilation!
Double
Just
demon
like
fang!
Mega ray!
I'm not done!
By the power of water!
Dazzle!
Pluto!
Rising Phoenix!
I'll bring you back
my
from death's abyss!
Rising Falcon!
Down on the ground!
I'm going to...
It's in your hands.
You have some fight left in me!
Try harder!
I'm ready! I'll bring you back from death's
you
abyss!
No!
I'll be safe!
Oh merde, mais c'est chaud.
Water astral Radiant here!
Attends, bouge pas. Je me ressuscite toute seule.
Not done yet!
Searing flame!
Try this!
Will this help?
Inferno Torrent! Sword Rain Alpha!
Benediction
Be
light.
still! Rising Phoenix!
I'm all stuck field!
I can carve through armor!
Where that came from? Raging where are you going?
Here I come! Eat dirt!
Heal!
Blah, blah, blah!
Sword Rain
Air
Alpha!
searing flame! Light astral!
Iron Cleaver!
Elusive deity!
Try this! Inferno Torrent!
Water
I'm
astral!
grateful.
Radiant here!
Rising
Not in your
Falcon!
dreams!
Elusive deity!
Raging here! Burning!
Try this!
Glacial shield! Here's evil!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Will this help?
Resonate with the earth!
Rising Falcon! Eat dirt!
Healing
Sword Rain
circle!
Alpha!
In a bind?
No escape!
Annihilation!
Rising Phoenix!
Just what I
Take
Annihilation!
elusive deity!
Oh, wow, wow, wow. No, no, no.
Radiant light!
I can't heal you forever. Flare tornado! Here's a healing arc. First aid! Lightning orb! Spear! Piercing tornado!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Dance in the wind!
Eater!
Freeze Lancer! Sleep now! More projectile pile!
Now it's my turn!
If it's in the sky, it's fine!
Rising Falcon!
Allez, qu'on en finisse un au moins. Et bam, bam.
Can you take it? Try this!
Not in your dreams!
Infernal Torrent!
Allez,
Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
yes. Ah, du coup, ça fait qu'on a niqué les trois. Cool. Est-ce que ça l'a calmé?
Surrender! Fighting is useless now! Do you think it's really over?
Ouais, Joker. Hein. Quoi?
Astral energy.
Non, non, non.
Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
Oh, purée.
What?
It's self-destructed?
Hello?
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up. You had me worried there.
Je doute qu'on puisse la prendre comme ça.
Who said you could touch that?
Je vais faire quoi?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Oh. Elle est pas mortelle?
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
What? Mais qu'est-ce qu'elle fait? Elle est blindée de force, laisse tomber.
Don't do it!
Hein? Elle est où?
Serena's Alva!
Ouh. On va peut-être se casser là.
Can't stay here.
We need to go. Outfit!
Ocean. Ça fait un sacré saut là quand même. T'es pas mort toi, qu'est-ce que tu regardes encore?
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Ouais, jusqu'à ce qu'on te tue. T'inquiète.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
T'es mort, surtout.
Are you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those
pense
red
pas.
women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers and Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back.
Bah ouais, mais ils sont
The
partis
future's
où?
ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Ah bah on va
Did
sur
you
Rena
say
maintenant.
Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Ouais, ouais, c'est clair.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
Ok.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one
Whoa.
whit about Brennan's or Danan's.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
Les femmes en rouge.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
Grave.
How about you, Shion? Doherty? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena. And Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Ok. Donc on est reparti pour le vaisseau. Let's go. Soit taper tout le chemin là. Il n'y a pas un raccourci les gars. Bah c'est tout droit. Allez, on se casse. Ok, tac, 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 tac.
Little help! Pieces! There! Engaging! Your activity! Burn it up!
If you won't bow out night, then you leave me no choice.
Fire support! I'm ready!
Keep going! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Down low!
Elusive deity! Try this! Eating pile
Seal!
driver!
Will this help? More for the stop time!
Now you see what I can do! Bloody howling!
Far enough!
I owe you one! Stalagmite!
Dance with the wind!
Try harder!
Radiant
Lightning strike! Rising phoenix!
I never miss!
You're mine! Burn in hell! Air pressure! Take this! You're mine!
Glacial spear!
I'm
Here's
not
the
done!
eagle! Now!
Remember!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Radiant
This is Eagle Ray!
Out of here!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me!
Here I come!
Begin!
Does it hurt? Elusive deity!
More with that!
Be still!
Everlasting dust!
Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Voilà. Comme ça te calme un petit peu quand même.
Lady Fortune
mais oh.
must truly be watching over me.
Au passage, si je me rappelle bien, on a un marchand. Donc comme ça, peut-être que je pourrais... Toi, viens là. Tu vas me donner des trucs.
Gotta break through! Sword Rain Alpha! And
One more! Radiant!
Sword Rain Alpha!
In the wind!
Take
Air
this!
drop.
Double Demon!
Photon!
Now you see what I
think
can
I'll
do.
pass on the handle.
Yours to be let free! Not today!
Captain!
No further! Sword Rain Alpha!
Here's the eagle!
Shine! Rising
Radiant
Falcon!
light!
Freeze
Full
laser!
beat regeneration! Regeneration!
I'll take it from here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see how you handle this!
Trop cool.
Raging cascade!
J'adore quand ils font des trucs solo comme ça, ils se vénèrent. C'est trop bien.
Escape!
Oh non, j'ai loupé.
Dazzle! Heal! Soaring Light Spear!
Allow me to help you.
Rising Falcon!
More with that
Sword Rain Alpha!
Thank you.
Ready everywhere!
Lightning orb!
It's on!
Dreams!
Eater! Penumbra!
Lightning
Does
orb!
it hurt?
Illuminate
I
the
can
dark!
carve through armor!
Holy Glimmer! Fury!
Can't get out of this!
Holy Lamp!
Try this!
Hear my
Infernal Torrent! Sword Rain Alpha!
Here's the evil!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! I'm nearly done for.
Thanks! Take this!
Captain! Whirl!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon! The Flaming Strike! Yours to be let free!
Tiens, et tiens, on prend ça.
You're mine! No doubt shall break this night.
Try this!
I'm grateful.
Be still!
Shattering pieces!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Prepare to be seized.
Rising Falcon!
No further.
Pierce! Double Demon Fang! Try this!
I never miss.
Infernal Sword! Sword Rain Alpha! Take this!
Here's a healing
The flaming cycle yearns to be let free! Sword Rain Alpha!
Glacial spear.
You picked the wrong fight! Sword Rain Alpha!
Freeze Lancer.
Try this! Infernal Torrent!
Here's a healing art.
It's go time!
Dance in
Now
the
you
wind.
see what I can do!
Far enough!
Do it.
Rimmer!
Astral
Allez,
energy.
go.
Say no more!
Et bam! T'es mort.
With this, I can
Yes,
become
yes.
even stronger.
Cool. Let's go, on sort. Dites-moi que le marchand est encore là, s'il vous plaît. Oh, il fait nuit. Presque.
What
Oh non, il n'y a
When did it
personne.
get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Joe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree.
Un discours.
But this time,
Un
not so much as a
discours.
peep. Any longer, we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Ouais, pas
Suffice
mal.
it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegus from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegus right now?
Lenegus wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegus. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find a new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Je dois aller.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Ok. Cool, chef des Réniens. Cool, cool, cool. J'en étais là. Pas encore assez. Ouais, vas-y. Yes. Finito. Et du coup, bah là. Et là non.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Chacun son maître.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
Faire table rase.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
L'envol.
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Ok, c'est bon, vous arrêtez de parler. Bon allez, c'est pas le tout, mais c'est par où la descente? La sortie, c'est par là. D'accord. Ok. On est presque au vaisseau. C'est là-bas. Bon, salut tout le monde, nous on se casse. Waouh. Let's go.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
Wow.
What?
Ouais, d'accord. Non, pas d'accord en fait. Ouais, ils sont combien? Cinq. Ils font quoi? Ah non, ils sont pas 5 là. Ah bah d'accord. Ok. On est où? Ils nous ont TP ou quoi? Parce qu'ils nous ont pas tués, c'est sûr. Et c'est quoi là?
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Ouais.
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Wow. What? C'est quoi ça sinon? Oh oh. Ah ouais. Mais c'est quoi ce délire là? Waouh. Mais c'est quoi? Une fleur? D'accord. Je comprends plus rien.
A flower blooming out of Retta?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Et pourquoi ils nous ont foutus ici, les femmes en rouge, là? Pour qu'on voit tout?
Taken enough already. When is this going to end?
A flower of oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegus in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Bah, faut y aller, ouais.
Hey,
C'est clair.
Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Cassandra restait plantée là à se poser des questions. Let's go. Hors d'atteinte.
Ah, Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Détendre l'atmosphère.
Boo!
Ah, what the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Pourquoi j'ai un point ici? Vaisseau, d'accord. Bon, bah les amis, je pense qu'on a plutôt bien avancé, donc on va s'arrêter ici pour cet épisode. Donc on va garder la découverte de ce lieu pour le prochain épisode. J'espère que celui-ci vous aura plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas à me lâcher un max de pouces bleus, à partager la vidéo. Vous pouvez me laisser aussi un petit commentaire. N'hésitez pas à vous abonner à la chaîne si ce n'est pas encore fait. On se dit à très bientôt les amis. Prenez soin de vous. Bye!